Hello and welcome to the event. My name is Dr. KDEL. I'll be working with you today. I want to start by thanking everyone who has joined us today for the first time in KDE Leadership's 6 sessions for working women, where we'll be discussing career planning, transitions, and growth. Understanding that you're all very busy corporate leaders, professionals, and business owners, I'm going to be brief and respectful of your time. We're also going to be packing in a lot of value in the time we spend, so I ask that you please be available to participate. I am Dr. KD Iwulu, convener and moderator for this series of discussions titled Career Planning for Women in the Workplace. As I said earlier, we'll be hosting 6 sessions in total during this series. Beginning today, the last Saturday in February of 2026, and continuing on the last Saturday of every month until July 25th, 2026. Our focus on these sessions will consist of overt, covert, and a few other problems. We'll focus on problems that women have enumerated facing them in the workplace. Problems such as challenges in assessing training opportunities, promotion issues, breaking through to top management and leadership positions, excelling in leadership, the lack of fostering environments that level the playing field for women professionals in many organizations. We're also going to address coaching ideas for C-suite members who wish to fine-tune their growth, their profitability, and their operational ideas, as well as for business owners looking to run their business entities profitably and efficiently. The focus of our sessions on covered problems will seek to unearth certain barriers which we've identified as we go along. Barriers such as workplace inflexibility for professional women with caregiving responsibilities, waning enthusiasm of entry-level women into the workforce, lack of visibility, lack of training opportunities, and dimming promotion prospects, disregard for the intellect of corporate women, and of course, the current resurgence of the glass ceiling, as some women are reporting. Some of our other problems we're going to be focusing on down the line. We'll be rounding up our conversations with such topics, subtopics that have been suggested by some of you through the comments thread on LinkedIn. Thank you for highlighting the following: AI for women, the workhorse syndrome, and unequal pay. So, to those of you that recommended, that have commented, and those considering giving suggestions and feedback, I want to say thank you. You know why? It's in your voice that KD Leadership finds high motivation and direction to host these sessions and make knowledge and information available as widely as possible. I also want to thank and acknowledge the presence of professionals from different walks and levels of life at this session. Our registered attendees include, as you can see on the screen, CEOs, founders, directors, and CFOs, vice presidents and human resource leaders, authors, consultants, strategists and coaches, educators, healthcare leaders and advocates, physicians, IT leaders and professionals, leaders in the engineering, aeronautical, and architectural fields, project managers and Lean Six Sigma practitioners, C-suite members and decision makers, corporate leaders, entrepreneurs, and business owners, recruiters, real estate executives, and brokers, and so many more. Now, If I missed to mention your designation, my sincerest apologies. There are over 95 registrants from different fields occupying different positions, and time will not allow me to perform all the protocols. But it is exciting to see the interest from individuals across a broad spectrum of endeavors. I also want to thank you for being yourselves, professionally competent, life nailers, and persistent. I acknowledge the things you have achieved. I applaud the dreams you still carry within your hearts. And I relate with the exceptional leader you will yet become if you're not already that. Welcome, and thanks for honoring the KDEL team with your presence and your interest today. Now, some of you may be asking this question, why you? Why is Dr. Kenny Ewulu the one convening and moderating this series of events? Well, let me give you a short insight into my background. I was raised by a widow. My mother lost her husband, my father, at an early stage, and she was left to fend for 3 college-bound teenage children. Now, she was a professional woman who worked for many years for a multinational conglomerate as a director of administration. She would be considered by today's standards as a trailblazer in an executive position after holding down a managerial role. She worked in an office as well as traveling extensively for official purposes. And yet, I observed her being overlooked for promotions, for pay increases, for training opportunities and perks, while at the same time performing her duties exceptionally. She was also the workhorse, as I suspect some of us here today are. Now, she retired about 30 years ago, but the scars left behind by those workplace inequities remained until she passed on. Now, during my career as an architect, project manager, and professor of organizational leadership and project management, I've observed the same conditions and unfair treatment that my mother and so many professional women before and after her encountered, got discouraged by, and unfortunately gave up on professional advancement as a result of. Finally, in my current role as an executive coach, a considerable number of my clients are from this demographic. Disenfranchised corporate women and men as well, who are searching for answers, for direction, for help with strategies to break through this glass ceiling and to find room for themselves within the burgeoning glass walls. I have decided to answer the call, and I hope that you will not only join me to grow professionally, but that you will share whatever workable best practices we unearth during these sessions, that you share them with others within your professional network that are equally searching for answers. I've got 3 requests today, so bear with me. Basically, I'm asking you to help me to help us. I have another ask. Please use the current comments tab to tell us what specific challenges you or anyone you know might be facing. The KDEL team, as well as other participants, will offer solutions to them, and we're going to be sharing those solutions at our next sessions, beginning with the upcoming session on Saturday, March 28th, 2026 at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will receive the notification of the event soon. The blue arrow on the screen points out the link to signify your intention to attend and to access the comments tab. You can also send emails with your current challenges to the email address right there on your screen, support@kdeleadership.com. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about now is data concerning women in the workplace. So let us dive in. US data and shared experience both show that currently, although women account for 49% of the workforce, only 10.5% of these women, which is 5% of the workforce, ultimately become CEOs. As you can decipher from the data I just shared, the higher you go up the corporate ladder, the fewer women you will find. In fact, only about half the number of professional women in lower level positions ever make it to mid-level management or the C-suite. And still only 1/3 of those who make it to the C-suite ever become CEOs. This, my friends, should not be so. It is inequitable. It's a travesty. And especially when you realize that professional women have had to be as good and oftentimes even better than their male counterparts to get a look in, to even be considered. I want to take a special moment to give credit to Catherine for the expression I've just relayed. We have some good news anyway. It's not all gloomy news today. Over the past few decades, there have been more women entering and succeeding in the workplace. However, most women succeed against great odds, and they consistently battle against institutional, historical, and stereotypical barriers and other myriad challenges. For many women, sadly, the easiest solution is to give up and walk away from the workplace. And when this happens, and in many situations, walking away means loss of income, loss of status, and loss of self and professional esteem. Unfortunately, this is not a real solution in all circumstances. Varied decisions can be made to preserve professional women in the workplace. One of those is the decision to be resilient. Resilience is the demonstrated capacity to withstand tough times, to hang in there for however length of time it may take in order to eventually overcome and win. Resilience is an attitude. Before we start identifying the challenges faced in the workforce, I have a few words to say. Whether you're just entering the workforce, whether you have caregiving responsibilities, whether you're a mid-level worker or a leader, we see you. Okay? We see you. If you're a working woman, I want you to know that you are meant to be there, no less than anybody else. You're meant to be there as a working woman. You've earned it. Now, there are internal and external challenges that threaten to push professional women out of the workforce. We'll be moving into an activity now to help identify and categorize these challenges. I hope you will join the Kahoot. Here's how to participate. Go to your phones or laptops now and open a new browser. You can type in there kahoot.it, not .org, not .biz, okay? Kahoot.it. You'll be asked for a game pin number. Just give me a couple of seconds here to put that together on your screen. You'll be asked for a game pin number. If you're watching this in real time, you can join us by inputting that number on your screen. I'll give us all 30 seconds to join us. Please use your first name, no aliases, and don't worry. KDE leadership does not share your information or identity from these activities. Now, in this activity, we want to know where you are in your professional growth and what challenges you have faced. By participating, you help drive the next session and so on. So thank you very much in advance for your responses. I'm going to put on that Kahoot right now. Just give me a moment to pull that up. So the game pin number you can see on the screen now is 798-9264. You can also take a picture of the QR code there to help you join it, okay? I'm going to give us about 30 seconds for us to join. Remember to just use your first names alone, and then we can get to it. The URL is kahoot.it. I'm highlighting on the screen there, kahoot.it. Okay. The game pin number is 798-9264. 798-9264. Thank you. I don't want to leave the others behind, so I'm kind of going to give us a couple more seconds to try and join us here, okay? I know not everybody, some of us are joining us from their phones, and it might be difficult to get that done from your phones, but do the best you can to join us. All right, I've got 10 more seconds to go, and then I really have to start this. Please just respond to the questions as you see them on the screen. Your responses will be showing. You'll probably have about 20 to 30 seconds per question to respond, okay? All right, let's begin. You have 30 seconds to respond. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Quickly. Excellent. All right, so we've got some people here who are entry-level or non-supervisory employees looking to grow. We've got others who are HR director, executive looking to impact women hiring and training culture. And we've got others who are business owners and decision makers looking for new initiatives and more success. Poll number 2. Because it's multiple select, you can select more than one answer, okay? As long as it applies to you, that's fine. Quickly. You can select more than one answer, okay? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Quickly. All right, again, we have a few people talking about disrespect as they experience, unfair work assignments, and unclear career advancement guidance or strategy. Question number 3, multi-select as always. Quickly. Thank you. Excellent. And now we have quite a few people disrespect or poor on unequal pay, doing the grunt work and heavy lifting without adequate rewards, little access to delegative tasks leading to visibility and promotions, and on and on and on. Thank you. Question number 4. Again, multi-select. Quickly, we've got 10 seconds, counting down. Quickly. Excellent. Again, we can see all the challenges that are facing top management employees. Question number 5. Quickly. Excellent. All right. Again, you can see challenges that our C-suite executives are facing. All right. We're going to be reviewing some of them once we're done. Final question on this poll. Thank you very much for participating. Okay. All right. So now that we've gone through this, there are a few results I will see there. I kind of read them out to you. I was taking notes while this was going on. And from what I see here, our entry-level and non-supervisory employees looking to grow, about 10% of those. Our mid-levels aspiring to middle to top-level management positions, there are 15% of those. Our top-level employees looking to advance to director level or to the C-suite, there were 10% of those. Our C-suite level and decision makers looking to lead efficiently and productively, there were 15% of that. HR directors and executives looking to impact women hiring and training culture, 25%. And finally, business owners, decision makers looking for new initiatives and more success, 30%. So, what did we find out from this exercise? We discovered that entry-level employee challenges include disrespect, poor or unequal pay, unfair work assignments, no consideration or sponsorship for training opportunities, reduced passion to get the work done, inflexible work schedules, unclear career advancement guidance or strategy. Middle-level employee challenges included disrespect and poor or unequal pay, diminishing enthusiasm, inflexible work environments, poor work-life balance. Doing the grunt work and heavy lifting without adequate rewards. Little access to delegative tasks leading to visibility or promotion. No career advancement openings or strategies. Other challenges we uncovered with this exercise include Again, disrespect from peers or immediate bosses. Very little trust and lack of mentorship from executive level leaders. Poor prospects of breaking through to the executive level. No career plan. No access to leadership trainings or secondment to executive positions. Very high productivity expectations leading to poor work-life balance. Furthermore, we also discovered running out of ideas and scarcity of new, promising, or prospective initiatives. Very high expectations from external stakeholders. Peer and industry inconsideration and disrespect. Delegation and support staff challenges. Again, poor work-life balance due to busy schedules. Looking at all this, I want to first of all say thank you all so much for your responses. So what are the questions we have? What are our thoughts? So my question to everyone at this time is, how do challenges in the workplace impact you as a worker in terms of professional decisions and engagement? How do the myriad of sometimes life-changing experiences lead to stress and workforce transitions? Think about that. And while you consider those questions, let me recognize that these challenges, historically and supported by data, have impacted women the most, leading to life-defining career transitions, including leaving the workplace and stepping down with regards to career progression. So why is that? Simply put, severe and sustained stresses create a loss of personal agency, which is the self-determination that we all need. That's what gets us up and keeps us engaged with our work and makes work worthwhile because we are where we want to be. As we go through the next 5 sessions, the objective will be to provide you with information and knowledge that will boost that sense of personal agency and confidence through resilience and provide you with the next steps that will take you where you want to be. So once again, simply put, resilience is the answer to loss of agency. But some of you may be asking, then what? In somebody's words, I am strong, then what next? We hope through this series to provide you with the next steps, but let's first talk about how to develop and sustain resilience. Being mindful that all of you on this call have demonstrated this quality in the past, and some of you have also shared with us what is working. A key foundation of resilience is attitude. A famous saying popularized by Zig Ziglar goes this way: one's attitude determines their altitude. Succinctly phrased, the right attitude, which is founded on clear understanding, knowledge, and positive thinking, actually determines the level of success you achieve, despite the challenges you may be facing. Hannibal, the famous Carthaginian general, said of his intended conquest of Rome through the Swiss Alps way back then, if there is no way, we will make one. He did not say we will find one. He said we will make one. So what we learn is that mindset is the beginning. Many of you are already doing this, but I think it's important to be mindful and intentional about resilience as a practice. In other words, remind yourself of what you're doing and why. That reminder is what strengthens us as we go through challenging times. I want to offer some practical and successful ways that you can be intentional about resilience as a practice. Number 1, fostering enthusiasm in the workplace. According to Susan Rabin, Enthusiasm is contagious. Be a carrier. Don't wait to catch it from others. Carry it forth and spread it out to others. Number 2, focusing on what matters. German poet and statesman Wolfgang von Goethe once said, "Things that matter the most must never be at the mercy of things that matter the least." Let me say that again. Things that matter the most must never be at the mercy of things that matter the least. To embrace your enthusiasm boosters. Thomas Edison once said, when questioned about the thousands of failures he encountered en route to discovering the electric light bulb, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that do not work." Wow. And additionally, I want to add here that your cup is not half empty, it is half full. I will close this out by advising us to avoid energy dissipators. Remind yourself that every dark cloud has a silver lining. So, wait. Prepare while you wait by educating yourself, studying situations, and being sensitive about planning periods and implementation periods. A lyric of one of my favorite songs goes this way: "Aim for the moon, you might hit the stars. The stars are infinitely further away from the earth than the moon. Do not worry about how long the journey might take. Just begin. And you might just surprise yourself as to how much further you have traveled just because you started the journey now." I have some final thoughts. Here are some practices that work. Those moments of mutual recognition and appreciation in the workplace are important to boost resilience and create community, whether you're in an office, healthcare institution, or at home. Remember that charting your own course can be the way to go. No two people can have the exact same life story. So let that encourage you to embrace yours. This may mean stepping aside, stepping away, to move ahead rather than wait for a linear promotion trajectory. As we wrap up today, remember to share your story with others. Finding opportunities to share your success stories does two things. First, it boosts you, and then it boosts the other person. That shared moment is one solution for the isolation that many report experiencing, which also removes from us that confidence and sense of personal agency. Before our next session on Saturday, 28th of March, 2026, I want you to follow the blue arrow to the link highlighted in purple to sign up for the session. You can also use the QR code to sign up. Then, go to the comments tab and input your questions, suggestions, and best practices. We will incorporate your feedback into the session on March the 28th. Thanks for attending this session on career planning for women in the workplace, and see you next month. Keep the faith, and cheers. Bye for now.